anything you want. I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
Kickers! We are back.
We are back.
Hashtag we're back.
We are back.
41 Savage.
Oh, Jesus, stop it.
Cut it.
Cut it. Hold up. Okay, now they want the numbers. Sam, you with me? 7 to 9. That's about as 10 is only on TV or the internet.
With beer goggles? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And Jada said 6 is not attractive.
But
yeah,
we had a conversation about sixes before we did any of this conversation.
You told me I
we
was
said,
ugly.
I didn't. Oh my God, you look just like me. We're twins.
No.
You can't be ugly. Or I won't be ugly. Sis.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't
We
touch
are
me.
one.
No.
I share your number. We the
No.
same number.
No. Good day, sir.
We on the cusp.
Good day.
But our
Good day.
personalities carry.
I think good day.
This is the Creep Squad order.
I don't think just while we're everybody's coming back to watch. That would make you like a 5. Like, don't do that.
I don't
Hell,
care.
5 or 6 gets blunt with
I do
beer
whatever I
goggles.
want. Yeah, that's what I
No.
was saying.
So
I
disrespectful.
disagree.
5 or 6 is
I think how I look at
6
it,
and below
or
is
how I look at it,
what
10
it is.
is not real. So the
10
scale is
doesn't really exist.
1 to 9. And for real, once you get like 4,
So what's the
you don't
Shanti?
count. Shanti like, good 13, yo.
So then what do you mean? No, you're really, really tripping. So then what's Sierra? Everybody else is if she's a 13.
Okay,
Then what is Sierra?
Sierra ain't gonna look better than Ashanti. She don't look better. I don't care what you can think. But if you take away the ass and the titties, I guess they're the same. But one got ass and titties. If there was like a skinny version of you and like this version of you, what do you think people would choose? The skinny version of you or this version?
Some people, funny enough, I gained 30 pounds this year. So I've had opinions on both. So I could tell you that some people prefer the athletic version, quote unquote,
You would never
versus not.
athletic.
I'm telling you, did you not see me do this?
Those air quotes.
Oh,
I'm gonna say you was never athletic.
you're right.
Focus.
I get it. Hey, so the how me and Jimmy broke down. 5 is an average woman. You know, she's cool, whatever.
5.
6 is an attractive.
5 is an
6
average woman?
Yes.
Because it's 1 through 10. So y'all dismiss like 6 through 10.
What
Y'all
do you
make
say
y'all make
average
1,
is?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all one category. It is not.
Yeah, that like
all one
like,
category.
Like you
it's
can't.
levels to this shit.
I mean, let's look
Damn.
at the fact. Let's look at the fact that mathematically it's a base 10 factor. So by 5 being in the middle, 5 has to be average. 5 has to be.
5 is
median.
failing.
And we
If
took
we
away
were
10.
in
And we
school-
took away 10, so it's
If
a
we were in
base 9.
school, you wouldn't bring your parents a fucking 50, okay? Like, if you got a 70, that's a C.
You're doing school.
That's a different.
That's a different
It's still
thing.
the same thing.
But
No, it is not.
I do want to.
That's how I look at it.
I want to add this.
Because the grading system is not 1 through 10, and A is not a 10.
Thank you for saying
A
that.
50 is not average. A 50 is failing.
In
It
school,
grows exponentially as you
And
get
I would
further
say
and
that
further
the same
towards
thing
10.
applies.
That
You don't
doesn't
want to be
apply.
average.
What we said, but I said that
It's
to
failing.
me, to me, average. If you want to do grades and then you A B C D F, then that's a different. I think that's a different
When you
thing.
measure a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being in the middle is not the same as the middle of a.
And let's
What's
also
the
say, and let's also say it is much more difficult to go from a 6 to a 7 than it is to go from a 5 to a 6. So there are a lot there is a much larger degree of separation.
Sam
between
agrees with
6
you.
and 7.
5 is
Yeah.
average. So the average chick you see on the street is probably a 5.
Exactly.
An attractive chick on the street is a 6. Soda, like wait a minute, that's a 7.
And that's
8
and
is
that's
like
a wide
8
gap.
Yeah, and you
And
get
a
to an
7
8
to an
and
8
you go,
is an
oh, this
even
bitch
wider
special.
gap.
You get to an 8, you be like, oh, she's different. She's not like she's different. It's something like whoa. And 9, like it's just like you probably never really meet them. And
5 is not
10,
good.
you don't meet them. Like there is no 10. Like nobody's. I think the higher numbers sound better. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a 9. I want to be 8. Yeah, okay, those are the highest numbers. But I think it's disrespectful to make a 7 and 6 unattractive. I don't.
No, I
personally
didn't say
feel that way.
7 was unattractive.
Or 6 unattractive to me. To me, I view 6. When we started this discussion by saying how we view these numbers, it wasn't like we went into it with no understanding. We said how we feel the numbers are, and then we, you know.
Let's move back to that question of the week, because we're gonna spend some time on that. If Cap gets signed in the NFL,
he's gonna be a 6.
Is the boycott over? So they're still caught up on this rating bullshit.
It's fine.
You lost yourself?
We were listening.
So I'll take it. Kaepernick, if Cap gets signed, is the protest over for you? Was the question. Everybody's talking about the numbers, but nobody's jumped in to answer this question. We got to do the numbers again at some point, maybe before we get out of here, maybe next week, because everybody's just can't get off the numbers. So it's obviously a hot topic.
That's
but
fair.
With Kaepernick, I started the boycott. I started my boycott because Kaepernick didn't get a job, and I thought it was unfair to try to silence a black man who was speaking out. And I don't want to. I want to punish that behavior. If you will punish a black man for speaking out on atrocities against innocent black people, I want to punish you. You know what I'm saying? By not supporting, and I also just don't, in good conscience, want to support your product anymore. Now, there have been several other people who have been protesting that have not lost their jobs. Their contracts aren't up yet, but they haven't lost their jobs. So it softened my stance. So I initially thought if Cap came back, then I would start watching football again.
Thank you, Jada.
But in looking at it now, I'm not sure because so much fuckery has gone down, like with the Houston Texans owner, Jerry Jones, my Cowboys owner, and a couple other teams. That I'm just thinking, like, I don't know if Cap coming back is enough for me to watch. Like I'm kind of like I'm kind of done. Like I enjoy fantasy football, but like watching the games, I'm kind of like they're gonna have to actually win me back probably, especially with the NBA back. NBA comes back a couple weeks early, so I've been watching that. I'm like, fuck football.
My opinion is a little more complicated. The reason why I stopped watching football is because Cap did not have a job. So if Cap gets a job, I am going to allow myself to watch football again. I will say this though, my interest in football has greatly diminished. I am not the fan of the NFL that I was before. So despite the fact that I'm allowing myself to watch football again, I don't think I'm going to watch as much football, if that much football at all. What will probably happen is I'll open myself to attending social gatherings centered around football at this point. That's probably the way it'll start. And then football will have to grab me again. Like, football has lost me the way the NBA lost me. And I know that comment is more significant to you than it is to the others because you saw that happen. But you saw what happened when the NBA lost me. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that the NFL has lost me. But if Cap gets a job, then I'll go to a football party or two. Maybe I'll throw the playoffs on.
I will say that the protest will still continue. There will be a select few games that I will watch, but we all know the real reason why. If Colin Kaepernick gets a job, we know what the reason is behind that, and it's not because they are all of a sudden seeing the light and agreeing with us. It's simply because of this collusion case, because we know that they've been cooperating with each other to make sure that he is kept out. So that's the only reason why he would even be considered for employment at this time. And so that's why I feel like a way about it. Like, I can watch a couple games, but I can't really open myself up to watching football like I used to. And now I've just gotten to a point where I'm just so used to not watching it. I'm kind of like, it's not as bad as it was before.
That's fair, but let me ask you this, man.
As I thought it would be.
Let me ask you this, though. Would it not be strategic for us to reward Kaepernick for having
and that is another conflict. I would definitely want to see him do well,
right.
So I might watch and those would be like those select games. I might not watch the entire game, but I would tune in to just give him that spike in
those
ratings.
Statistics.
Yes.
Give him those statistics.
And then I'd go about
Yes.
my business, and
Okay.
if my team happens to be playing
Okay.
somebody that I want to
See.
watch that day, then I'll watch that day. But as for watching football on a regular basis like I used to, because I was like a diehard fan, I can't do that anymore. I can't give the NFL my time like that. I'm reclaiming my time.
I think we're saying the
NFL.
same thing then. I think we're saying the same thing because I want to see Kaepernick win, and I want to see, like, I'm okay with him winning behind the backs of a lawsuit. In fact, I'm actually even happier about that because that's a black man going through the legal system.
You
and
gotta
winning
fight them the
right
way they fight. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's him winning a fight rather than him winning a concession, rather than him being pandered to. That's him having to go all the way and succeeding, which also sets a legal precedent that other black men would be able to latch on to later. So I'm happy about this success, and I want to reward the success. I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Personally, I don't think you should reward I don't see it as a reward for a success because he had to fight tooth and nail for it, and giving ratings to the NFL, which he was fighting against, doesn't make. I'm not gonna do that.
It's not a success for what it is. Another notch in the belt of progress.
That's fine, but I don't think that we should tune into the NFL just because it's like, oh well, we've had this notch in the belt of progress. Like that, they didn't want it. Why do I want to give them a cookie? They didn't. They were forced into
by
it.
not doing that, what it does is it erodes the precedent that JB was talking about.
It rose the precedent.
Yes, because then moving forward, the NFL is going to be hesitant towards doing a similar deal because in their mind it didn't have
It wasn't
any
a deal.
benefit towards them.
It wasn't
That's
a deal.
how they look at it, though.
It wasn't a deal.
The owners, the NFL is looking at it.
They're looking at them being sued.
Right, it's a deal. Let's give this guy his job back
It's
before
a
we
deal.
get sued.
Trust
before
me.
we get sued.
Trust me.
I don't
Lawsuits
see.
are-
I just don't see how
That's
how
what a
to.
settlement is.
I don't. Okay, but I don't see because they were forced into it. I don't see why we are giving a cookie to people who were forced into it.
It's not about giving them a cookie.
Yeah.
It's about validating the effort and what it took towards making that progress, so that in the future, if something like this were to happen again, and somebody could come behind them and know that if they pressed forward and went through the same channels, that they would again have the same result.
Okay.
And if the NFL feels as though their concession wasn't met with profits, they won't be open to doing that again for the next person that they discriminate, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, we as a people have forgotten that legal action, civil action, is one of the engines towards progress and towards continued success. When
It takes more than one.
Exactly. When you
It takes
when you
one,
set a
another,
legal
another.
precedent,
I understand
pave
legal
the road.
precedents, but I still disagree with you. So.
Okay, that's fair.
And,
That's
and,
fair.
and I'll just say, a lot of people, it is I think one thing that gets lost, and it's almost trivialized because, I mean, kind of, but people love the NFL. People love football. And it is a huge sacrifice for a lot of people to not watch. It is something that people just thoroughly enjoy. The only thing I can equate it to is, like, imagine if, like, Harry Potter had a new show every single week. The story didn't end. It just kept going. But then you find out some bullshit like this happened. So, and you're like, but it's every single week, 2-3 times a week. This is your thing. Football is almost a way of life for motherfuckers, because from these months that the NFL is on, like, you are literally, like, that's 3-4 days out of your week. You sacrifice sex, you sacrifice relationship, you sacrifice job. Like, niggas love fucking football, and they're like, as much as I love you, fuck you for what you did. Mm-hmm. And you better fix it.
Yeah,
and then hold up, JB.
Yeah, go ahead and finish.
And then they say, fuck you, you better fix it, NFL, because I won't watch it. As much as I love it, I won't watch. And then they say, okay, we fixed it. And you go, well, I still ain't watching. It's a lot to be like that, because it's not a sacrifice for you because you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So you weren't going to watch any fucking way. But we've grown up, like, a big thing about friendship is based on football. Our fantasy football thing is something that it's probably corny, but that's like a bonding thing. That's like
I understand what y'all are saying, but I don't think it was a concession. It was a concession, whatever, but the fact that they were forced into it, I just disagree with you. And if that's, like I said, it's entertainment. That's how I feel about it, and I feel like we have to be willing to say no. And I understand where y'all are coming from. I just don't think it's enough. That's how I feel, and I'm gonna hold on to that. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough at all, because this is not about what Cap first made this about. This is a fact that they were forced legally into this. I'm not gonna say just because the American law court system, because they were threatened from losing money or losing a court case, that because they went ahead and made a concession, I'm not going to say, well, kudos to you for making that concession, because they were forced legally, and that's my own personal preference. If you guys think that that's okay, then that's fine.
No,
I
it's
don't
not that
mind.
we think that's okay.
And we don't view it as giving kudos. We don't view it as giving kudos.
No, I understand you see it as saying, okay, no, I see that you're
I asked for this and you did it.
I see.
So I can now watch again. But I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch. I think that's what we're all saying. We're still not sure yet. You're definitively like no, but you weren't watching to begin with, so your definitive no don't hold no.
I'm not saying definitive no. I never said I'm not watching again. Every single time I speak about the NFL, I say I cannot speak to the boycott because I don't like the NFL as an organization, because I think it deals in black bodies. I do not like the NFL, and I never have liked the NFL. I do not appreciate football. I don't. That's just how I feel about it. So y'all, I understand it's a way of life for some people, but I think that I don't like the NFL as an organization. I feel like it's white men owning black bodies. That's how I feel.
That's how they feel too, racist fuckers. I want to get into some comments though.
I like Sam's comment. Go ahead though.
Jada said, hearing it that way makes her want to think it over a little more. Her stance is still the same, but she's kind of thinking it over. Sam spoke to the fact that they can be forced to concede its progress. Past generations do that. Cap will be another trailblazer. For August and February, my weekends were football. Now I spend them elsewhere. And I think that's everybody up here that was engulfed in football. Jada spoke to what is protesting but not forcing one party to change whatever is being boycotted. So I guess she's saying, Jada, if I'm not misquoting you, we said y'all better give him his job back or we boycott him. Then they give him his job back. That was the statement. That the mission statement was, you better give him a job or we ain't watching. They gave him the job and we go, we still ain't watching. The overall boycott thing becomes weird then, because you identified a goal and you said, meet me here or fuck you. And they said, okay, we meet you here. And we say, you know what? Still fuck you. It's not.
Well, it's
fair.
still fuck
It's
you
not
because
fair.
of the reason why he's getting a job. If he gets a job,
That's all I'm saying.
That's why
all
the
I'm
fuck
saying.
you comes into play.
That's all I'm
And that's why we're all conflicted.
If he never,
That's all I'm saying.
filed these collusion
But
charges.
that's why-
And all I'm saying is that there's people that are running back, like, oh my god, I missed it so much. Like, that's all I'm saying. There are people.
Those are other people.
Okay, we're not
Well,
talking.
let me say this just to add one more point to this, because this is a good discussion and we're getting lots of good comments. So I'm gonna continue, and I'll say this: part of me expected it to go this far. Part of me expected it to take a lawsuit. Part of me expected the fight to be this real. So the fact that it has gotten this real is a testament to A, Cap's intestinal fortitude, and B, my own intestinal fortitude to be willing to wait this long. I've waited this long. I've sacrificed this much. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is what that sacrifice is. You hit the I know that was the pizza. That was the pizza. I'm gonna text him because I can't talk to him while I'm talking.
You could just get up and go.
I was mid comment though.
That's
so
all right.
I'm-
Well, all right.
So I'm gonna finish my comment and then I'll deal with
No,
the pizza.
call pizza.
Yeah, like
Focus.
Nah,
Okay.
I thought the show. Okay. At any rate, so I feel like it's important to reward Kaepernick for going through this, and that's what.
So you feel like tuning back in would be a reward to Cap?
Yeah, that's the way I feel, because he's the catalyst. He's the one who's done this, so he's the one who's the focal point, and focusing on his struggle and rewarding his struggle, I think, is what we need to do.
Yeah. So I guess we don't know yet. It sounds like we're kind of all over the place. The comments are everywhere, not in a bad way, but just that we're not sure what we want to do. I still don't know. If Cap gets a job next week, like I said, I'm kind of cut off, so I don't know if I'll be watching. I guess we'll all find out if and when he gets a job. Moving on to our Netflix and chill segment. We took a KickbackTV live one night, a field trip, and we went and saw Thor, so we can give you guys a good rating. I'll start with I enjoyed the movie. There was some. It was rated as it was the highest rated Marvel movie ever. Seeing it, I don't agree with that, but I think it was good. Thor was one of my favorite characters. I just knew I was Thor's God of his land, 5% or so. Anybody that's God of Thor, but I didn't realize I'm more like the Incredible Hulk.
Oh my God, that is
Yes.
Hulk
Wow.
smash.
That's what I'm saying.
Smash.
I broke it down to
Smash.
him earlier. No.
Can you don't?
What?
It's nasty all the time.
It's nasty when you say it.
That didn't work that time.
They didn't.
It didn't. Can you? Thank you.
Are you asking for sound effects now?
I am.
You can't ask for sound effects.
Hey, they work.
It's not in your contract.
It does. It is.
So, I thought, yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed Hulk. Speaking of Hulk, I enjoyed his character because he was actually Hulk in the movie.
He was a character.
He talked, he conversed, he had a personality. And it wasn't through Banner, it was through Hulk. I thought the storyline was well done. I thought the plot was good. I thought the black woman in the joint, she might be like a good 7.58 herself. Yeah. So, what do you think?
I found her to be like a 6.
Oh.
That's so funny. I did not find her to
But
be
6
highly
is attractive.
The black woman.
But six is
well,
attractive.
the light skinned girl?
Yeah, but I see.
Yeah.
I think I would
I
think
don't
Mel
think she was that cute.
Yeah, I think Mel is cuter than her. See, that's
I
what
never said
would
Mel
think-
wasn't.
No, no, no,
I never
no,
said she
no,
wasn't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. See, I would consider that girl like a 6, a 5 or 6, like a. She alright.
Yeah.
You know, she cool. But like I would consider Mel like a 7, 8.
I don't know how.
I'm just saying, but I think that women have a different. We definitely have a different interpretation of the scales.
Y'all scales.
Because women, we see the scales as like, y'all see it just totally different than we do. Because y'all are like, oh no, a 6 is cool. Like a 6 is attractive. We're like, a 6?
Salty.
That's like a slightly, you okay. Like you just over the tipping point of okay. Like that's how I look at a 6. It's like, oh, you alright.
So what's the 7?
A 7 is like, oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she cute. Like, I think
It's
maybe
8.
ours, an 8 is like, she bad. She pretty bad. And a 9 is like,
Damn. Yeah.
And a 10 is like a rare gem.
Yes.
It's like a,
It's completely unrealistic.
it's like a unicorn.
All those girls that y'all put on pedestals.
It's like the Photoshop version of women.
Yes.
That's
I agree.
what 10 is.
I
10s
agree.
are Photoshop version of women.
I said they're only in movies and internet. So,
we are back on the numbers.
Back to the
We
numbers.
got back to the numbers.
But seven is winning.
7 is
Yeah,
cool.
I said 7 is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 is
But
good.
6 is.
6 is
like-
not. Don't call a girl a 6.
So
Don't call a woman a 6.
our
please
discrepancy is at
5
5
and
and 6. I think we agree on 7. I think 7 is.
don't. Yeah, we do agree
our-
on 7. We do
Okay,
agree
so
on
our
7. But
discrepancy
yeah, we
is
do
5
not
and
agree
6.
on 6. Yeah.
5
I'd
and
say
6 is when
I'd say 4 and 5 are average. Honestly, for me, I'd say like 4 and 5 are average.
What's 6?
6 is like a slightly above average. It's like you cool.
But it's above average.
Slightly,
That's what we said.
slightly
We said
above
6 was above average. That's
No.
literally
Like,
what we said.
but okay, but I think you look at it differently.
Oh,
Because we're using
the
words.
word
we can't
average means
quantify.
different
Yeah,
things to
exactly.
us.
We can't quantify what we mean.
I get it.
But
average
we
means
understand,
different
like,
things.
yes.
Cause
Because
I get
to
it.
me, I don't want to call no damn 6.
I mean,
Like,
I feel
don't
like
call
you're
me no
calling me
6.
ugly.
Yeah, like 6 is like, I'd be like, you calling me a 6? Me? A 6? Like, I would be offended if I was called a 6. Like, I would be offended.
I am.
Somebody called you a 4 today. I'm just putting out there.
I don't
lying.
care.
He's lying.
I don't care. No, I don't
But you
care.
think you would be offended? You're not
Well,
offended?
okay, offended. Cause I'm
I'm just fucking with you because you
I know,
said you would be
but
offended.
okay,
Like,
but you
clearly you would.
You know,
We're still back at the numbers.
Oh my God.
Damn it. How did we get back here?
5 and 6 is
them
quality.
2 dimes in that
Oh,
picture.
Shut up.
Ow! Look at the dime. Look like 20
Don't
cents.
try to clean it
You
up
look
now.
like 20 cents.
You
You
know what?
look like 20 cents.
2 seconds ago, I looked like 6 cents.
Topic. Let's get it.
So,
going. 820.
Thor
Next
was
up-
cool.
Thor was good. Go see Thor. Support it.
Thor was cool.
Kevin
It was like-
Spacey.
It was not the best of all things.
It
though.
wasn't.
Okay, but go ahead.
I would
Spacey.
say I like the first 2 Avenger movies better than this one. And
It was
then-
nice to see
Yeah,
them.
I would throw a
and
couple
Iron
Captain
Man
Americas
and
above
yes.
that.
So there
Yes,
are several Marvel
definitely.
movies
There are
that are better than
yes,
this
there are
one.
several Marvel
This is
movies.
not the best. It's funny. It's funny as shit because Loki
couple
got some
people
funny
fell
things
asleep.
I did.
Somebody fell asleep through the whole movie.
I did. I don't
Yeah, he
I
did.
lost
I thought it
about
was
7
funny.
minutes. I ain't gonna lie. I
This
lost
shit
about
was
7
terrible.
minutes.
It was kind of slow. It was
Iron
kind of
Man
slow
1
at
was
first.
better.
I lost like 10
I
minutes.
agree with that too. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Iron Man
I
was
agree.
better,
I
so
agree.
yeah.
But okay.
Anyway,
Kevin Spacey.
Is
Oh,
a
Kevin.
pedophile and
Oh, Kevin.
a lot of things. So
Oh,
we have-
Kevin.
At this point, Kevin Spacey is now the Bill Cosby
Yes.
of
Yes.
sexual harassment charges, because now he has 8. Well, I don't want to say charges, accusers, because now he has 8 accusers. The first of them being the 14. Well, the guy, he was 14 years old at the time of the alleged encounter between him and Kevin Spacey. What's his name? Something. Brown?
We're gonna protect this. We're gonna,
No, his name's all over the
name.
news. It doesn't matter. I mean, let's just be real. Now, when this whole thing first came out, my main issue was the fact that this was a 14-year-old
Hey, you the
person, young male, and I didn't like the fact that Kevin Spacey tried to loop in the fact that he's gay and was like living his
Yeah.
life as a gay man
I
to
did not agree.
kind of justify him acting as a pedophile.
Accusations.
And those 2 things are not the same. They are very much mutually exclusive. Just because you are gay does not make you a pedophile, and being a pedophile does not make you gay. Did I say that right? Just because
Yeah.
you're gay doesn't make you a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Almost.
So no, I said it right.
It was almost.
But in any case, this whole shit is like now way out of control. Netflix has canceled House of Cards. Well, I should say canceled any affiliation with him dealing with House of Cards, because I feel like they're still talking about creating at least the 6th season.
Well, yeah. So the 6th
Without
season,
him in it.
they agreed to do the 6th season, and
To the
I
end.
thought he was in on
I
the
think
6th
so,
season.
yeah.
I thought the 6th season was complete.
Yeah.
Until they
Until-
announced it, they not only will the show end after the 6th season, but as of effective immediately, he's no longer part of the show.
Right.
So I don't know how many
I don't know how
episodes
they
he
do
did
that.
in 6, if any. I don't know how that.
I got the
Maybe
impression.
they'll kill him off.
I got the
I thought
impression
season 6
that
was
they,
already done.
yeah,
That's what I
and what they wrote in the article was that they were planning to end this show at the end of season 6 anyway. So the show was going to end with season 6 anyway. And what has happened now, because of everything that he has done, is that he is now no longer a part of the show. So what I read from that was they're going to finish the show at season 6. It's just not going to be with him. So I don't know that they're done.
We don't
yet.
think they filmed season 6.
Yeah, I don't know that they're done with season 6 yet,
Sam
based
said
on the
they're
way
in the
they
middle of the
framed the
season.
article.
They're
So
in
they
they
That makes
filmed-
sense that they're in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
filming.
that's the way they wrote the article. That's the way I read the article. I read the article like we're
we
going to
get that.
finish without
We
him.
get that.
Huh?
I said we get that.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's on his way out the door.
Okay, now Sam said he thinks that's a misunderstanding of their position. They released an article today, or released a statement today, saying that he was fired from the show. So that's different from the show will end after season 6. They did something different today by announcing he was fired.
Exactly.
So I don't know what that means. And if they're in the middle of the show, middle of season 6, then that sounds like effective immediately he's off the show. So that means the show will go in a different direction for the second half of season 6. That's, I think, what we're trying to figure out is what happens now if they filmed half of the show and they announce today that he's gone. What happens to the other half of season 6?
Yeah, because it seems like as more accusers come out, they're more like, okay, we're really trying to sever ties as quickly as possible with him. So,
I mean, they called him a pariah. Like, it's bad. Like, it's
Okay.
all the way bad.
Now, Sam said they dismissed him from any further filming. which from
I
Netflix.
saw that
Period.
announcement.
So I guess I don't know.
Maybe season 6 is done. Maybe they're done filming season 6. They're just saying they're done with him. Period.
I
Regardless.
think they went back to the writers' room and rewrote some scripts, and they was like, "We killing this nigga off." I feel like that's what they about to do with Olivia Pope. They about to kill her off. That's how they gonna wrap up the scandal.
Okay.
She's crazy. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
B613.
You're supposed to use that.
I was supposed to. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. And we're winding down on Netflix and chill. We're about to get up out of here. What else we got?
Astros win the World Series.
Shout out to the Houston Astros winning the World Series in decisive fashion in Game 7 over the LA Dodgers. Sorry, Magic. Shit happens. It's tragic. I'm still the righteous ratchet. You throw it out. Never mind. So the Astros won. Just weird. Shout out to Houston. They had that hurricane, a lot of tragedy. And I always like when, this might sound crazy, but when the city goes through something like that, and then their team win the World Series or win the Super Bowl, I always feel like, you go, city. Like give them motherfuckers some happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like when New Orleans won right after Katrina, I was like, God damn it, New Orleans. Now people in New Orleans got something to distract them. You know what I'm saying? Something to
the Falcons fucked up my street.
Yeah.
The Falcons fucked up my street, but I had a street like every city I moved to, every city I spent significant time in was winning the title. DC, Boston, Atlanta fucked my shit up because Atlanta's gonna be the next one. But then Houston, so I was happy for Houston too, and they're the third team in a row. Mel, you pointed this out off the air. They're the third team in the row to deal with one of those suffering streaks, like the Cubs, the Indians, and now the Astros. You know, we're talking like 30-year plus streaks without a title. So they're the third team in a row to do that. That speaks to parity in the MLB, which is nice. That's another option, you know, in the late months in September and October for those of you who don't want to watch football. So yeah, remember that next year.
Yeah, week 3 of the NBA. NBA is upside down right now. You don't know what is what. I don't know.
Good segue, by the way.
LeBron just came and shitted all over the Wizards in DC.
Yeah, they did.
All my feelings was hurt.
57 points.
57 points, 11 rebounds, like 7 assists. And then somebody in the audience, I mean not audience, back going to his locker room said, "Why you don't like DC, man? Why you always do this?" He was like, "Man, I love DC. I love DC."
I bet he does.
Yeah, I bet you do. But it was funny to have him say that, like, "What? Nigga, I love DC. Like, what you talking about? I love it." Like, yeah, motherfucker, you dropped 57 points. I bet you do.
I mean, like, let's keep it 100. The game was 130 to 120.
122.
122. But so the Wizards scored some points, but come on, young. You let King James drop 57. You let King James score half of the squad's points and shit. That's a lot.
I feel responsible. I think it's because I stopped watching the game to go see Thor, and I forgot the team needed me and shit. I feel real bad about that, but fuck it. I'm trying to get past it. I do feel
we turned off the game like 15 minutes before we left, yeah.
Was that the game where LeBron like disrespected Malibu?
Yeah, that was a jump.
Bradley.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Ja
that.
hurdled the nigga. That's when we turned the game off. When
I appreciate that.
Yeah, he hurdled the man, but we was like, all right, it's time. Let's continue the pregame without the game.
So disrespectful.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, I mean, NBA action is fantastic now, y'all. Like, it's been a lot of fun watching this shit go down.
Definitely tune in, and we've been telling y'all, NBA. I'm about to watch the NBA and good music. There's one more time. It's some good ass music out right now, and if you're not listening to shit, you need to start.
We was rocking out the Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, Ty Dolla $ign
playing Monopoly last night.
Public Apology to Ty Dolla $ign.
Monopoly.
I never wanted to hear that damn CD. Like, I don't wait this shit. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just play it, and that shit crazy. And fucking DVSN, stupid. Like, I can't even listen to all the music that I have. One for DVSN CD so great, I can't get off it. I'll be like, I'm gonna try to Ty Dolla $ign. I'm gonna play the Snoop. I'm gonna play 21 Savage and Offset. But DVSN probably best CD in this fourth quarter. It is good music out there.
It is.
It's great music out there.
BDSM.
We've been posting it in our group.
Great
Drake's
music,
artists,
great
R&B.
TV. It's a lot.
We about to throw this shit on after the show. That's
Yeah,
why
it is.
I'm saying the name again so I can.
And don't
Pandora.
forget, not this Pandora, the actual streaming service. Because she don't stream music. She not a machine. So, Walking Dead comes on tonight.
Hey.
Make sure you check that out. And every Sunday, we're going into the winter. We're going into the end of the year. So we'll be taking some days off. But stick with us every Sunday at 7. Go to our YouTube page, which is KickbackTV Live from Atlanta. It's all in our Facebook group, which is KickbackTV Show. Our Instagram is KickbackTV Show. Our Twitter is KickbackTV Show. Our Black Planet is KickbackTV Show. Mahente.com. KickbackTV Show.
What did I call
What
it?
did you call it?
I don't know. Mahente. I don't know.
Mahente. No,
You
that's
said
what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
You
what
said
you said.
Mahenta. You said Mahenta.
Okay.
Yeah, you said Mahente.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knew it
your
was
hair's
wrong.
Mahenta.
You shoot. Like, what did I say?
I knew it was wrong.
What did I
Whatever
say?
I said, I knew it was wrong.
And,
Our MySpace page.
MySpace is
Big
at
Crit
Kickback
does
TV
slap.
Show.
Big Crit.
Yeah, Big Crit's all right. That's all right. The gospel at the end
Big
threw me
Crit's
off,
cute.
but
I was so surprised. So I went to Denver with
well,
some of my friends
nobody asked you.
to go see a
Nobody
Big Crit
asked you.
concert,
You
and
took
he
us
came
to
on the
story
screen,
and
and I was like, "Oh, this is a cute guy." And my friend was like, "Yeah, that's Big Crit." And I was like, "That's Big Crit." And
Pointed at him like that?
I did. I sure did. I was right there in front too. I was like, "That's Big Crit." I don't care. How was that thirsty? Did I say Big Crit? You come here? No, I just said that's Big Crit.
So if I said that's Ashanti, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's
She
Ashanti."
wouldn't look at you.
You know
Wrap
what?
up the show.
You lucky we gotta wrap up the show.
Wrap it up. Wrap it
Cut on
up.
Michael over, JB. We let that shit
We're
on
in
the whole
Atlanta.
show.
Wrap it
Don't
up.
you cut it off. Don't you cut that mic off, JB.
I just did a public service announcement.
Got it right back.
Yoink. Alright. Wrap it up.
All right. So we'll see you guys next Sunday at 7. We'll have this show online all week. It'll be on our YouTube page as well. So go to our YouTube and our Christian Mingle page.
Share it, post it,
Pandora, Alexis,
Share it,
Show,
post
and
it,
Christian
Tweet
Mingle.
it.
share it,
Y'all won't
post
find me
it,
on nobody's Christian. Anything.
share it, post it.
You like Muslims? You like 5%ers?
No. None of that. I have my own personal relationship with my God. So.
Tied up,
Wrap
dude.
up the show.
Oh, your God? Like 5% God? Like,
Tied up, dude.
Anyway,
all right,
JB.
so we out. Deuces.
Shout out to
Uno.
Domino's.
We out. Shout out to Domino's.
Pizza Hut.
She delivers in 30 minutes. She delivers in 30 minutes. You hear me? I'll give.
Let's go get some
Whoa! I
Um,
feel like I was about to get a little too much.
It
Let's-
was.
let's
It
go
was.
get some
He was
pizza.
about to go there. Let's get pizza.
Shut it down.
Share the show. Share the show.
Shut it down.
Don't forget to share the show.
Good show. Really good show. Really good. Really good.
All we do to get everything straight for y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in every week. We about to get you up out of here.
Sped away. He was faced with
Uno.
an oncoming red Ford Explorer.
We out.
And the